Fethullah Gülen is an influential and highly respected Islamic scholar. However, it wouldn't be accurate to describe him in just one word, as he has been an inspiration to countless activists, educators, philanthropists, interfaith leaders, and advocates for peace, social justice, and education for all. A deeply religious man, Gülen's life and teachings are centered on a single, unwavering goal: to serve and please God. His vision of service, rooted in Islamic principles, inspired a movement that seeks to spread compassion, knowledge, and understanding. In 2013, he was recognized as one of the most influential leaders in the world by Time magazine, highlighting his global impact. As the founder of the Hizmet movement, also known as the Gulen movement, his vision and devotion have touched countless lives and continue to inspire a global commitment to support humanity. M.Fethullah Gülen was born in the 1940s in the village of Koruçuk, near Erzurum, Turkey. From a young age, he displayed an extraordinary devotion to faith and a passion for learning. Since young, he has been giving sermons and preaching Islam. In fact, he gave his first sermon as a listen-said state preacher in the late 1950s, when he was still in his teens. Gülen emphasized that faith and knowledge, especially science, go hand in hand, advocating for education, not just in religious knowledge, but also in science, mathematics, and principles of democracy. Inspired by his vision, a grassroots movement known as the Hizmet movement, Hizmet meaning service. This movement, rooted in Islamic values, focuses on education, intercultural understanding, charity, and humanitarian aid, all with the ultimate goal of pleasing God by serving humanity.
Fethullah Gülen is not your typical average scholar or cleric. He is something much more. The impact that he has had, the influence that he has had, he's one of the most impactful and influential leaders. The amount of lives that he has changed, the amount of kids and people that have been educated because of him and his teachings, the amount of people's lives who have been saved, who have been given ease to, is countless. The amount of schools that has been opened, the amount of humanitarian aid projects, the amount of children participating in these humanitarian aid projects out of their own will is countless. I remember listening to his sermons, the way he talks, the way he explains, and his teachings, his beliefs, the way he makes people want to do more good, to be a better person, to change their lives. Even at a young age, I was listening to his sermons. I remember someone reminded me not too long ago of how even when I was 5, 6 years old, I used to walk to school, and during school and when I'm going back home, with my iPod, with my earbuds, listening to Hoca Efendi's sermons. And as I'm older, as I understand even more, I understand who Hoca Efendi, Fethullah Gülen, really was, and it makes me emotional and sometimes even brings tears to my eyes, remembering him, talking about him, and watching his sermons and his talks.
Gülen's call to the importance of education led to the establishment of thousands of schools, universities, and tutoring centers in over 170 countries. These schools are known for its attention to students, conservative moral values, and high academic achievements. The Yamanlar Koleji High School is one of the first schools built by the followers of Fethullah Gülen. Many of these schools were often built in places of danger and conflict. Instead of giving up and only building schools in easy and comfortable places, these members of the movement chose to take on the challenge, establishing schools in regions affected by poverty, war, and instability, places where education was needed the most. Their courage and dedication brought hope to communities struggling to overcome adversity, proving that education can be a beacon of light even in the darkest times. The first fruits of his encouragement and inspirations were first achieved in 1979 by the opening of a university course in Izmir, which was later followed by the opening of student dorms in Izmir. During the period of 10 years, the courses and dorms have spread to other countries. Before the establishment of the Izmir Yamanlar Koleji High School, It served as a university dorm, without any charge to the students, between 1975 and 1978. The Yamanlar High School, which started academic studies on 15 November 1982, is the pioneering institution of the Gulen schools. Groups of people went to open schools in Bosnia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and many other countries, often through harsh conditions and ongoing wars. Fethullah Gülen also inspired many activists and the founding of many humanitarian aid initiatives and charities. He inspired people from young little kids to the elderly to participate and volunteer in these charities, often by leaving their homes and traveling to another country or continent, and, again, often through extremely hard, tiring, and challenging conditions. This is Zubair, who is a young activist and teen a part of Hizmet, who takes part in many of the movement's humanitarian and social justice initiatives and fundraising events. One eye-catching example is when Zubair, at the age of 11, walked 50 kilometers through Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany, finally arriving at the end goal in France. This walk was to raise money for refugees who had to flee their country.
I was born and raised in the UK. I'm from Turkey. I'm 16 years old right now, year 11, last year of secondary. I have been taken part of a charity event for refugees. I took part in this walk to help out refugees across the road. First day, we woke up at 3 a.m. I remember. We were given torches to put on our heads, and we set off our journey at around 3 a.m. We prayed, we left. It was pitch black, it was rainy, it was cold, but we went through it. We walked to our first destination, which was the place where we were going to have breakfast. It was a 6-7 hour walk, I'm pretty sure. We rested a little bit there, an hour or two, then we prayed, and then we left from there. It was around noon to almost nighttime. And towards nighttime, we walked to the place that we were going to eat at for dinner. So we walked there as well. It was another 3-4 hour walk, I'm pretty sure. And it took quite long, but we eventually made it there. It was difficult. And for the next 3-4 days, we repeated that same pattern. We walked, stopped, ate, rested, walked, stopped, so on, so on. And yeah, it was really tiring, but we got through it.
Despite facing many horrible challenges, setbacks, and persecution, the Hizmet movement has persevered, proving that the values of education, service to God, and dialogue can withstand even the toughest trials.
To the people of Hizmet who find themselves in extenuating and dangerous and really harsh circumstances and times, we offer these words of hope. First, please know many hearts are broken, and we are concerned for the people of Hizmet, especially those who are in Turkey. Second, know that there are prayers, fervent prayers being offered up, that you be people of hope, steadfastness, and you know that love is being set before you, hoping for you. And third, remain people of hope and light, knowing this, love will prevail.
Today, Hizmet is stronger than ever, with a global network of schools, humanitarian projects, and initiatives that continue to uplift millions of lives. The struggles they endured only strengthened their resolve to make a difference, reminding us all that true change comes from dedication, sacrifice, and an unwavering belief in the power of humanity.